All right. Welcome to Trolls Toys. Figure reviews, toy hunts, unboxing and rankings, unboxing and displays, etc. All right, YouTube. Trolls Toys back at you with another video. We've been hard at it reorganizing our toy room all day today, but I think it's turning out pretty well. We have been getting back into the physical media, and I've been watching some movies with my boys Jean-Claude Van Damme and Arnold Schwarzenegger. So as I was reorganizing the toy room, I've had these two figures a while. I figure maybe we'll get these out of the boxes and review them. So we got Jean-Claude Van Damme from 2024 from Diamond Select Toys, RIP Diamond Select, and we found this guy at the Toy Vault in Marlborough, Massachusetts some time ago. And then from 2020, from Super 7, we got Conan the Barbarian, Arnold Schwarzenegger in action figure form. And we picked him up at That's Entertainment in Worcester, Massachusetts some time ago. So we're gonna start out with JCVD because we just finished watching Kickboxer after our hard day of reorganizing. So recently I've watched Black Eagle, Cyborg, and Kickboxer from JCVD, and we've watched Eraser and Last Action Hero of Arnold's. So I just thought it's fitting that we get these guys out of the package. All right, we've got Jean-Claude opened up, right? And I'm gonna take all the stuff out of the plastic tomb. All right, out of the package, Jean-Claude comes with Fists of Fury, right? He's got the stoic head sculpt on. Is this the Frank Dukes look from Bloodsport? I'm guessing it is. You can also get another JCVD variant figure where he comes in a blue gi, which I also have, but that one's also still in the box. I think we're going to use it as the backdrop for our action figure display, where we're going to put Jean-Claude and Conan and Dolph Lundgren He-Man and Schwarzenegger Commando, John Wick, Keanu Reeves in action figure form, probably the Berserker as well, just because it's going to be my tactical John Wick. But let me get back on subject. It's been a long day. Apologies. Right. All right, for those of you who are big on articulation, I don't know if this is going to be a deterrent to you, but he does have pinned elbows and pinned knees, right? So it looks like he would have an ab crunch, but I'm not getting much of one. But we got Jean-Claude in action figure form, so I don't really care. We're just going to display him on the shelf. He comes with two chairs, I'm supposing, so you can have him do his iconic splits. We'll try to figure that out in a bit. He does have alternate hands in the form of gripping hands, which I guess he could use to grip the glass bottle that he comes with, an intact one, as well as a broken one. And then he also comes with the wah, getting ready to F you up hands, which is probably the ones we'll put on him. And I think we're going to use his alternate head, which is sort of the wah, getting ready to F you up head sculpt, in my opinion, as well. He also comes with the fancy Diamond Select posing stand, and we're going to try to get him into his infamous splits with these chairs and see if we can do it. So with some assistance from the fancy included stand, we can probably get him to do a slightly deeper split. I don't want to break him. But Jean-Claude, known for being able to do the splits. Actually, we just watched, like I said, Kickboxer, where they were using the torture rack on him to supposedly get him to be able to do the splits, which is hilarious. But the figure does pose pretty well. I'm having a little bit of difficulty with this arm and the chest function. I'm going to try heating them up, and we'll be back. So I have been able to get this arm to pose. We're still not getting much in the chest. And so, like I said, I'm not huge on articulation anyway. And we're going to pose him within that split motion on the chair, more than likely. We will try out the alternate wah hands and the alternate sort of face sculpt from when Chong Li throws the shit in his eyes and he's sort of blinded from Bloodsport. Because it doesn't say Bloodsport on the package, but obviously this is Frank Dukes Shambles. So here he is when I'm getting ready to F you up hands, and with this alternate head. I think I've got all the way on. It looks like he's got a slight giraffe neck, so I don't know if I have it all the way in. It was quite tight. I'm probably going to display him with this one anyways, doing the splits on the chair like I said. But it's nice to have this if you really want to get into motion like he's about to mess somebody up. So I think for Jean-Claude Van Damme action figure, it's pretty good. I don't have much in the, I can't get the ab crunch to work. I've tried heating it with a hairdryer. I haven't put it in hot water. We may try that, but everything else is pretty good. We saw his range of motion for the splits, which was awesome. So, but I'm thinking this is how we're going to display Jean-Claude Van Damme. Now, I don't know if I have enough room in my cabinet where I was going to put him to display him this way, but I hope that I do. Right, because I think that looks pretty badass. Right. So overall, JCVD I'm quite happy with. Like I said, he also does have another version where he comes in a blue gi. But we're using that as the backdrop for the Action Heroes display, I'm going to call it, I guess. And these bottles are cool, but I don't think I'm going to use them. Right? We may use them with Classified. And if you want to get imposed using one of the fancy stands, don't use the long one and don't use the shortest one. Just use the sort of middle ground stand and you'll be in great shape. Jean-Claude Van Damme, thumbs up from me. Of course, I love JCVD anyway. All right, up next, let's take a look at Arnold as Conan the Barbarian by Super 7 from 2020. It shambles. Before I do that, let's read the back of the JCVD package. Born Jean-Claude Camille Francois van Varenberg in Belgium, Jean-Claude Van Damme began studying karate at the age of 10, earning his black belt at 18 and joining the Belgian national team. He also studied ballet and lifted weights, eventually earning the bodybuilding title Mr. Belgium. He competed in full contact karate until 1982 when he moved to the United States to become an actor. After a few background parts and a villainous leading role, he began a series of starring roles that cemented him as a leading man. He has also written and directed films. And now for Arnold. As a young child, Conan is sold into slavery after the evil warlord Tulsa Doom destroys his village and murders his parents. The intense slave labor makes Conan strong and he is eventually sold once more, forced to fight as a gladiator. Conan's fate shifts when his owner decides to set him free. With the painful memories of his childhood burned into his mind, Conan sets off across the prehistoric landscape of the Hyborian Age in search of the man who killed his family and stole his father's sword. All right, here we have Arnold out of the package. And I gotta say, his range of motion straight out the package for having been in a plastic tomb for 5 years, it's pretty good. Now, I did buy this open box, which means that someone else had displayed Conan prior to me and decided to trade him in to That's Entertainment. But he looks as in brand new condition, probably just displayed on a shelf. I do like the way that the boots look. I think the likeness for Arnold is pretty good, just like the likeness on JCVD. He does come with an alternate head sculpt where he has longer hair and a headband. And I haven't watched Conan the Barbarian or Conan the Destroyer in quite a while, so I'm a little bit rusty on my Conan lore. But I'm guessing you could go pick your poison. Which head sculpt you like better? I like the one that came on it. He does come with open, splayed out hands, if that's your jam. Once again, I'm going to use the gripping hands because we're going to use the sword. And once again, must be something in the movie that I'm not recalling, so now it's going to make me want to go watch it. He comes with this necklace out of the package, but he does have an alternate necklace as well. And once again, like I said, I'm not up on my lore. And this must be his father's sword that he went in search of. So here's Arnold with the big ass sword all posed up. Looking pretty good. Damn, I put it right in front of his face. Shambles. There we go. That's better. Two of my favorite action figure stars in action figure form. Action film stars. Shambles in action figure form. Like I said, it's late and I've been at it for quite a while. Bear with me. So we've got Frank Dukes and Conan the Barbarian, otherwise known as Jean-Claude Van Damme and Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I gotta say, these two figures didn't disappoint. I'm glad I picked them up. I don't know why it took me so long to open them. Well, I do. I buy lots of shit, and then I don't have time to open it all. And then my toy room becomes shambles, and then I gotta clean it up, and it takes away from being able to open other figures. Do you guys all run into that same problem? Like I said, that's why I spent the better part of my day off reorganizing. So hopefully we'll start getting some videos out of other things besides wrestling and G.I. Joe. I mean, that's my primary lines, but I do have other figures that I have been purchasing. Right? Like these two. Let me go grab Dolph as well. So there's Dolph Lundgren as He-Man from the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe movie, and we picked him up loose from That's Entertainment. So these three are all going to go in the same cabinet, and they're going to go with this guy, Casual John Wick. That's the one I have. I also have Berserker, but he's still in the box. John Wick, also by Diamond Select Toys. So like I said, we're going to do an action hero shelf, right? And Casual John Wick we picked up at the Time Capsule in Seekonk, Massachusetts. So the figures you're looking for are out there. You just got to do some traveling. I know you could, this day and age, you can order stuff online. I just don't find that nearly as fun. But as always, this has been Trolls Toys. I truly appreciate you watching my videos, and we'll see you soon.